Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to Zelda Speedruns 2! Today we have another Zelda 2 Randomizer Max Rando Tournament 2021 between Chromataclysm and drjayphd. With me today is Krista Joy. How are you doing?
I am doing just fine. I am absolutely stoked about this. I had this dream today that Chroma was passing the torch for me since he did commentary yesterday and I was tracking, and he was like, "You've got to do commentary for me today. It's going to be like a good luck charm." Probably not, because I am known for being the worst in giving out seed luck. So hopefully, chat, you will get a seed of absolute random maximum goodness. So let's hope that we see mind blowing entertainment.
Yep. And if you've never seen Zelda 2, well, be prepared for a wild ride, because it's random.
Oh, yeah, it's
Start
Rando.
with jump, shield, candle, boots, a flute, and I completely missed the gems.
Yeah, I saw boots. I saw yikes. That went by so fast because I saw shield and I saw jump. But did you see boots? And I
Yeah.
saw candle and I saw
Yes, candle,
shield.
glove, boots, I think, were their
Yeah,
starting items.
boots. There we go.
Yep.
And a very generous life bar, which is
Yep,
quite
5 bars. Very nice indeed.
this is quite unfortunate. I was hoping for, you know, 1 bar of life health, maybe 3 lives, something that would give us a real challenge. So could we
Nope.
be in for a speedy jet seed? Let's
And that
see.
is by the Thunder as in Rauru, which is right by start. As oh come on, we have an islands biome.
Oh no. Okay,
It,
so this is Hyrulean GPA here. And don't worry, I've got this all under control. Believe I subscribed to AAA, Hyrulean, AAA. They charge you 100 rupees. It's dirt cheap, and it's made specifically for Rando. I got this. Do not worry. And
Hehe.
and by
Just
do not
personally,
worry.
I'm annoyed at Violence biome because it's a really hard one to navigate. Remember, where are you and where am I go? Where am I and where am I going?
Okay, so it looks like on Chroma's side, he did pick up another magic bottle, which is great because now he has 5 units
Oh,
of.
any key in the island east of start.
Yes, that was wonderful. On top of everything else, this is really going to look like a jet seed. Oh my goodness. They
Oh
don't
yeah,
have
we're not gonna be here for very long. Not with a one gemmer and starting with candle boots and
this is going to ruin my street cred as being the person who's, for bad seeds. This is going to be Crystal is good seed. Oh no. This this
yeah.
this
Yeah,
this is
there was actually a town on the same island as the Any key, but Dr. J didn't even bother picking it up since he has the Any key. He doesn't really want to bother picking it up, as Chroma's taken a pass-through cave to I don't even know where.
Yeah, so right now it looks like Chroma is fighting against a whole bunch of nasty enemies in which he has taken a death. But when you have
Yep.
4 lives, bunk load of health, you are just fine. But it looks like he yeeted out of there, so he's about to take a different direction altogether.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Dr. J is about to represent us
Oh
Dr.
hey,
Bird.
GP is just north of Star. Woohoo!
Oh goodness. I know. I know.
And okay, that's Palace 2 by GP. Sure.
No, Tannerin, I know. I have failed you. I think I'm bringing more good luck than bad luck, and I'm
This is
using.
the nicest setup I've seen for a seed yet, as we see Rudo with the fire spell, blah,
Oh,
in the far northwest.
yes, Ruth. Oh no, this. Well, yes, we can only
P4
hope.
here for both runners in the north middle.
Okay, and it looks like Dr. J is praying for a doctor because it looks like he's being extra cautious. He did a couple of tea bags there, which is respectable in Call of Duty. But
He does these. They started with Candle Glove and Boots. Eddie Key was free. Thunder was free. Yeah, they're off to a great. This is a one gemmer.
yeah, I'm failing.
This is kind of silly.
I'm so sorry, Chad. It's me. It's because I must be the bluebird of happiness. I mean, grant you, I'm in Disney country, but I did not think that. Oh my goodness, 500 p bags too. Oh, this is not looking good. I was hoping for a painful seed. Oh, I am doing this. I think I started shenanigans. Can we have a commentator reroll just so chat can be happy? You know, I don't think the runners would like that, but you know, we've got to make chat happy.
Yeah, so like we've already found GP. It's just north of Start. We've already found 2 palaces. We have the glove. What spell is that in Nido? I missed it.
That's all we can hope for Dark Link to be at the end of 54 rooms.
Okay, that was a spell.
Yeah.
Spell. I think that was near P. I think it was near P4. Islands biome, the hardest one to track.
And Dr. J just had a wonderful death. He didn't care for it very much, and we have a 200 p bag in one of the item caves on Chroma's side, which is worth a lot less than the p bags being dropped, which is always wonderful when you do all of that work for. It was Magic Jar Cave. Thank you very much, Clem.
Alright, yeah, I honestly don't bother keeping track, I'll be quite, since, they're item caves, that's the big thing. Yeah. Chroma doing some more exploration. Dr. J doing P4 without Reflect, which is an interesting choice.
Yeah, I'm really surprised he's doing that. That's really gutsy move. I guess he's going for the item since he has the key, and I don't know why he wants to try to make this a double dip. Or he feels it's a required double dip, but I usually try
It's a one gemmer. I'm fairly confused as to why he's doing P4 without reflecting a 1 gem seed.
Exactly. I mean, usually I try not to do more than I have to.
And I would look for a dripper in P4 of all things,
it looks
Clem.
like you know what, on Dr. J's, does he have upstab? Because it looks like he does.
Yeah, they might have started with upstab. That was the next thing I was thinking, is that they might get upstab blocked in GP, but they can start with upstab, and if they did, well, never mind that.
Oh goodness, I really did. Imagine if we downstab and upstab. Nice.
This start with both. Low.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
Okay, so they really don't need to leave the Western continent then.
No, this is just the bluebird of happiness seed. We could just blame me. I'm the anomalous one, guys.
The only tool that's left in this seed.
Just say crystal stick to tracking. Do not ever commentate again because your seeds are jet seeds. Anything that you are on equals jet seed. Woo! And now we have a raft on Chroma's side and a death on Dr. J's side. I
don't know, Clem. Neither of them did P2. Dr. J is doing P4 for I have no freaking clue.
And to be truthful, he's just wasting time. Honestly.
Oh my god, he's wasting a frankly ridiculous amount of time in a 1 gem seed.
He's gonna have to double dip this because there's no way he's gonna defeat the boss. And Dr. J has not been to P2, no.
But there's still better choices than this.
And he's dying a lot because I think he's trying to grind.
Okay, that is Lifetown on. Okay, so that is Lifetown Saria's life. So that does mean we know all of our spells in the West.
Oh,
There's any key for Chroma.
yes, any key for Chroma, and life is in Saria.
Yep, so the other thing that's left is a fairy spell, which is in the East, so that could be a bit of a problem. But we'll find out. I would say, honestly, for Chroma at this point, to go P2, see if he can't beat it, and go from there.
I'm taking a... I'm going to try to be devil's advocate for Dr. J, and woo, this is taxing on my job as a psychiatrist. But I'm going to say he's trying to grind as well as clear out as much as he can, but I have no idea why. This is absolute shenaniganship. But
yeah, they started with jump. There is that. The problem
bomb here, and it looks like we have fire that was received on Chroma's side.
No, that was sorry. That was life.
Oh, that was life?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I see the gap in the water now. So, yeah, that's definitely Saria. But when you have boots, you forget all about that bridge that you need. Remember the good old days when we needed the bridge? Oh, man. When we had to go see a certain individual and
but no, not necessary today. Not for this at least. So at this point, I would say, Chroma, unless one of us managed to misread something, I would go see if P2's completable, probably, because oh, come on, we have an island's eastern continent too.
Did you see that disappointment at that single key that was standing guard, looking absolutely beautiful on Dr. J's side? Oh,
and yes, Clem, all water walkable is on by default. Yeah, we've got islands, and more islands. My least favorite biome, because geez, it's hard to navigate.
Well, at least there's one thing we can be guaranteed on. There's no way that even Hyrulean AAA will fail us, because at least we can say they're on an island. So ooh, 200. Okay, so far we've got 200 and 500 P bags. And meanwhile, Dr. J is going through the most painful P4 route in a while. I mean, I know he's a Stalfos, and Stalfos are already dead, but this is
I'm just not sure why Dr. J's in here at all.
This is painful to watch. And
there's the cross for Chroma in the east, but yeah, I have absolutely no idea why Dr. J just spent the last 10 minutes in P4.
Yeah, I think he realized the error of his ways and realized that was a huge time sink.
Yeah, he spent like 7 or 8 minutes in there. He spent almost the entire seed in the place.
Yeah, because the enemy set is hard enough where he can grind in other places. And
yes, I have to agree with you, Tannerin. That's not even a joke. We could, if P2 and GP were both super fast, it could have been done by now.
Yeah, I'm very, very sorry, Tannerin.
I'm a little confused as to why Chroma's not in P2. He's at least not doing what Dr. J was doing, but Chroma's not doing much greater. Also, okay, this is still the islands biome, just eastern continent with the Valley of Death tend to break the islands biome pretty badly sometimes.
I think what Chroma is doing is just as many outside checks as possible.
I would check if P2 and GP were beatable at this point rather than doing this.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too. I would have just taken out P2. I mean, you're strong enough, and there's
they have the glove, they have jump. If they had, and I know neither of them did anything of P2, so we don't know if it's fairy block. They have down stab, they have up stab. It's a 1-gem seed. I have no idea what they're doing. As we do see P5, light peach color.
A very, very peachy color.
But yeah, okay, P5 time, I guess. It's
looks like
something. It's at least not overworld for Chroma. It is at least a palace.
at least we get. Well, maybe Clem Chroma decided this was too easy of a seed, and he wanted to self-impose a hard mode on himself.
I have no idea. Unless we
That
somehow managed to misread this as something other than a 1-gem seed, but I think. But I trust Chat's ability to read that this is a 1-gem seed.
nobody. Yeah, this is.
Because I have no clue what these guys are doing. Of all the palaces to dig, don't dig P4 in a non-6-gem seed.
He's actually Chroma. Why 5?
I don't know why 5, and it's at least not 4.
Yes, Dr. J went with 4, which he couldn't beat, and Chroma went with 5.
Which is
you've got
long.
You've got to hand it to the tenacity of the runners. I mean, they figured they wanted more.
Yeah, attack 3P5 at that. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I want to double check that this is actually a 1-gem seed, because, man, these two are confusing me.
It has to be a 1-gem seed.
They can even cast Thunder. I caught a glimpse of Chroma's menu earlier. It's 96. They can cast it. And yes, it is definitely a 1-gem seed.
So, Alice too.
I mean, even if he can't, I guess he can't cast Thunder, but there's gotta be better things to do than take P5 of all things. I'm sorry, I'm just really confused at what they're doing with the seed where they started with everything.
I'm gonna try to apply some psychology here. I mean, I guess maybe they chose these routes because they knew I'm in psych, and they're trying to pick my brain as to why they're going the route they're going. That's I think that's what it is. Plus, maybe they wanted to give a show to chat. Maybe they said this is a 1-gem seed, and this would be over in about 5 minutes. This would be so unentertaining to chat. So we need to, give them something longer than 5.5 minutes.
I'm still like, why? Like, if it was a 5-minute seed, it's a 5-minute seed. We laugh, we shrug, because that's Max Rando for you, and we move on.
We just blame it all on me. That's what it is. Maybe Chroma has
a full reset for Chroma to go back to start, having decided that maybe I don't want to continue digging P5. I'm not sure why he was there at all, but he is at least out of there.
Yeah, because they have down stab, they have up stab. There's absolutely no reason for him to have gone there. There's no
need. I know Thunder wasn't castable for him at the time, but even then, he doesn't need...
Yeah. Do they get a base of free 330?
I have no idea what happened there, I'll be honest with you. I'm a little baffled. There's normally a reset like that just clears your XP.
Wow.
But at least Chroma is finally making the, what I could have sworn is an obvious play to go to P2.
The correct play.
What you really should do in a 1-gem seed where you start with everything.
Exactly. You go to the easiest one that you can reach, and then you go destroy it and be done with it.
Right, now, like, sure, I know Chroma wasn't able to cast Thunder, but he doesn't even know if it's required.
Oh, we almost had a scary thing where Jay was considering playing Palace 5, and no. He kind of noped out of there. I think he realized the error of his ways since...
Okay, and yeah, go figure. Helmet Head was like 3 rooms in. You go left, you go up, you go right, and you're there. Okay, seriously, people, why?
Wait a second, though. Take a look at that Helmet Head, though. It's given him...
It is a squishy one. It is a tough one, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, wait a second. Come on here. We're looking at a death. If Chroma isn't careful.
There we go.
So Helmet Head has bitten the dust. We've got a 1-up on top of that. Wonderful.
Lovely. But yeah, it is attack 3 right now for Chroma, but at this point, please go check out GP. I'm sorry, but I've been yelling at you to do it for 15 minutes. Go check out GP. This, by the way, I don't even remember if this Palace 2 was glove blocked. You certainly didn't need Fairy for it. You could have done this about 2 minutes or not, or even less. It's so silly. Levels are good, but levels are only so useful when the seed could be 10 minutes long.
And Chroma is very happy that he didn't have to triple, quadruple dip a palace like the last seed he had the other day.
Yeah.
So, but let's see how he handles DP.
Jay is now about to find P2, having taken a different route around the map, is only now realizing that, maybe is it gonna facepalm here once he realizes he could have done this 20 minutes ago.
Yep.
Because they started with everything they needed for it.
And you could see the expression. He's like, oh man, why? Why did I waste all that time?
Oh yeah, once he sees that Helmet is like the third room in here, he's gonna wonder why Chroma's not done yet.
The one thing that Jay has over Chroma against Helmet Head this time is that at least he's attack 4. So
there is that. But that's the life of a ridiculously fast seed. Ridiculously fast start, at least. We still don't. If Fairy's required, we could be here for a bit, but if it's not, these guys could have been done ages ago.
So all we can do, guys, is hope that Fairy is needed, so that way, and it is.
Well, there is a Fairy block. Hi.
Well, the other room wasn't looking too promising either. So
we'll find out. Yep. So that is one early Fairy block. Chroma is taking. This is the only other path Chroma can take.
Ooh, Dr. J, despite having the attack advantage, did suffer a death to Helmet Head.
I would say in this matchup, Chroma has the execution advantage here, so I don't know, it kind of probably evens out a bit, but there we go. As drop room for Chroma. And we'll see if Darkling's successful without the Fairy spell. Now, Chroma is kind of hoping that the Fairy spell isn't required and that Dr. J has done what he's done and not done P2 in the first 2 minutes.
I think both of them are thinking that they are behind. Especially
oh god, you have to with this P2 being right next to start and free.
And gentlemen, here is one of the emoji rooms. For those who are new to Zelda Rando, this is one of the gems that you get, and this is a gatekeeping chicken. Oh my goodness.
Good lord, this chicken is being awful.
For those...
Yikes, that chicken sucks. At least it could give Chroma 200 XP.
All of you...
Goodness gracious, here's a chicken knight!
This is great. If there is anything that we from GPs in the past, there is only one thing you need to fear, chat, and I am putting that emoji in the chat itself, and that is to fear the chicken. Because the chicken will keep in a heartbeat, and I consider that to be the true master of GP. Who needs...
Ooh, that's a death for Chroma.
And that is real unfortunate.
Who is deciding to, maybe I should just jump over these things. That Bird Knight, which is what the second one's called. I don't actually remember what the first one is called, the chicken without the armor. Bird Knight, we call that one a chicken, this one's a Bird Knight technically, but they're chickens still.
I still call it Chicken Knight. For me.
Yep. fairly brutal chickens there at any rate. That is not fun.
Okay, so it looks like we have this could be a very good GP. So maybe, just maybe.
Without fairy, it's a very linear GP at least. Okay, thank you for the distinction, Victor. Welcome in, by the way. We've got a one gemmer where they started with shield jump, candle, glove, and boots. Thunder was effectively free, and they both didn't do the world's freest P2 for ages.
Yeah. In the beginning, Chroma went to Palace 5, and Dr. J went to Palace 4 without Reflect. So
yeah, we're confused. We are very confused as to why Dr. J went P4 with nothing, basically. Nothing, and just a 1-up there for J and P2. That doesn't help. I'm also not sure why J bothered getting the item out of P2.
I guess he was hoping for something. Or maybe, just maybe, he was hoping for an item that could lead to fairy. I
have no idea. I would have still, in a scene that's this fast, where you don't do this world's speediest P2 for 20 minutes, I wouldn't look for the item. I'd go see if GP requires fairy.
But we're talking about someone who was playing Palace 4 without Reflect. So
yeah, there's that too. I have no idea.
So, and with, Sword 1 at one point.
Yeah, I don't know either. We've just been yelling at these runners going, where are you going? What are you doing?
But it comes to just kind of questioning the logic. And
Chroma's found a couple of loops here. I think he's still got at least one route to try here in GP.
And I guess Dr. J was trying... Okay, I see what he's doing. I would have just easily casted the jump spell and called it a day, but
yeah, it might have been a magic jar of heart, but do you want to spend that time digging that out when you might well be very behind as...
Exactly. It's a great... I see why he's going magic conservation, but he's also near death, which would give him a recharge automatically.
Yeah, I don't know. We've just kind of been yelling at these runners the whole time, going, where are you? Trying to go. Nicely. Oh, that's okay. So that's the other side of the fairy room we saw earlier. I'm pretty sure from Chroma.
I think he really is fairy block.
Okay, so that's you're not hard fairy blocked. Chroma found that the other end of that fairy blocked room we saw very early on. That's the other end of it. I'm pretty sure. So we're not fairy blocked out of here. Chroma's gotten pretty thoroughly lost at this point, but he didn't. But that looks like it was likely the same one, unless it's a duplicate, which would just be rude.
Duplicate, because that didn't look like the same dimensions as the original fairy room, but I could be mistaken.
It looked kind of like it. It's hard to tell. It looked a lot like the original one. For Chroma's hoping it's the same. That's the other side of the one he saw early on.
Because if that's the case, and we do actually have a hard fairy block, that will absolutely devastate these runners.
Oh god, yeah.
Because that means that this jet seed has turned into a Greyhound bus local seed, which means that they are going from New York to California with every stop in between, because they have no clue really
or their fairy spell.
Yep. Which means that it's going to be a painful for us to watch. And
so I mean, at least spell hints exist, but they would still need to go figure out which one of the 4 towns in the east has the fairy spell. It might be hammer or flute blocked, to note.
And just imagine, if perchance the item is in Palace 4.
Yeah, so the only one they really need to worry about is a child and where that would be, but we'll have to see. I mean, they already have the spell, I should know. They have almost everything. which is one of the reasons why I'm seriously confused.
Yes, but imagine if we can find the child behind Carrick.
Oh, that would complicate things a touch. Because they do know the trophy is blocking. Because they actually don't have Reflect either, so that could be more shenanigans.
Exactly. Then I can.
But we do know that between
of
Fairy and Reflect, only one can be item blocked. The other can't because there's only one item. Because there's only one item block spell on the Eastern continent. So then it would just be a matter of where is the town? And maybe exploring the overworld to find the thing that has it. Also, lag a bit.
Oh yeah, you usually have lag a lot with those emoji rooms for some unknown reason. And
well, it's back to walking for Chroma, who has to take a good while to get back to the last fork he was at, as Dr. J is exploring also. Hoping for Red Jar gets a chicken night instead of Nopes.
And it looks like Dr. J, he did give a bit of a
I think he might have taken a different route, because I do not remember this downstab block room from Chroma. It's a dead end, but I think... Yeah, I think this is a dead end room. Oops, hi, Kingbot.
Hey, we've got our boy.
Oh wait, no, this is a deceptive room that looks like a dead end, but isn't. That's even more fun. Alright, there we go. And hi, Thunderbird for Chroma.
Alright, so we've got attack 4 Thunderbird, folks. Let's hope let's hope he's not tanky for Chroma's sake.
Well, not too bad. 3 hits immediately knocked 1 bar off. Not the fastest fight in the world, but this doesn't look like the worst fight on attack 4 either.
No, surprisingly it doesn't. But
this is for attack 4 pretty decent, I'd say.
Actually,
although throwing a load of fireballs isn't helping anything.
The only thing is Chroma's kind of near death, so
yeah.
And the worst thing he wants right now is, with only 1 or 2 bars left on Thunderbird, for him to kick the bucket before Thunderbird.
And there we go, though.
There we go. So let's go ahead and... Did we click at the same time?
Yes, we did. Whoops!
Alright, Ripperoo!
Alright. Chroma's continuing. I think Chroma took the... Yeah, Chroma took the Eon drop after seeing that room that Dr. J just saw, who also nopes out of there. And Dr. J's taking the Eon drop now.
Okay. And Chroma decided to just relinquish and accept the fact that the chickens are almighty and just bow down to them, which he did.
Yep. Gets his life back and his magic, which is very handy. Hi, Kingbot from nowhere!
Yeah.
Which is glitching out a tad.
We all know who the true rulers are. The chicken. We will... What are the...
Terabyte. It's Max Rando, so it's randomized. In this case, it's a 1 gem seed, so they only need to beat 1 palace. And then they have to beat GP, which is taking a while. Chroma not looking too happy with himself over that death.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think Chroma wanted to die there at all, because he knows that this is a very long and exhausting palace. So to game over would lose an extremely long amount of time.
Yeah. And also, how's audio looking, Chad? Actually, I completely forgot to ask because I've been busy with commentary. More chickens. Chroma knows that those just suck.
Oh no. Oh, they cannot hear any game audio. As low, you are good. Oh, look at that. It looks like Chroma has found Dark Link. Let's go. Attack for Dark Link. I'm seeing maybe Crouch Stab? Maybe? No. Chroma's just going after him, giving him all a bunch of heads. Shots, and boom. Let us go ahead and get the GGs in the chat for Chroma. And yes, Tannerin, you are right.
A great network that's not only faster but broader as well.
We're deploying at an unprecedented scale.
We have the networks, we have the spectrum, we have the people.
Hello.
Technology.
Hello there. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yes. Now, the first question I've got to ask you, and I'm sure you're asking yourself this too, why you know do P2?
Why I know do P2? I did do P2.
Yes, but go to P5 before P2.
Okay, so I was looking for, more than anything else, life containers, magic containers,
Hello
levels. I needed to be able to
there.
cast
How are
thunder,
you?
and by the time I had the magic key, I was still just in exploring mode. And until I have enough stuff where I feel like I've got a pretty good chance at surviving, then I'm not really looking to progress toward finishing the seed. So I figured that while I explore and I find items along the way, I can find a palace. I was hoping to maybe run into Palace 1 in the east. But, you know. That's just how it worked out. And by the time I was in P5, it was, okay, get enough experience to cast Thunder. And then I went for it.
Got it. So you were looking more or less for survivability and the availability and ease of casting spells. That's understandable. You know, because I was thinking in terms of, you know, the enemies were kind of hard enough to kind of grind. So and I said, wow, when you went to P5, I said, that's an interesting choice.
Yeah, no intention of really beating P5. Like, if I did run into Guma, I would have gone for it, and then I wouldn't have had to worry about going back to P2. But I really was going in with just the intention of grinding a little bit of level.
You know, because I was thinking in terms of, yeah, if you went against Guma with the attack and when you went kind of damage that you could get, I was about to call you Disco Man, and if you beat him, I was about to give you major accolades for that. You know, I was thinking, since it's me and I'm notorious in the, you know, Link to the Past community for giving devastating seeds. So you know, I guess now the Bluebird of Happiness and the
it was a pretty fast one.
Yeah, I'm the Bluebird of Happiness. Sorry about that. But
sorry, hi, Discord decided to kick me out, and I had to go do a few other things. But all right, switching to Jay's audio now. Apologies.
No,
geez, that's loud. Okay, turning it. Good thing it's turned down. Sorry, hey Chroma. GG's. Very, very major annoying issues.
So now
So
it
is
looks like we have Thunderbird on Dr. J's side. Now, here's something interesting, Chroma. Would you believe that Dr. J went into P4 without reflect or anything and attack 1? So you have to admire his tenacity. Yeah, we'll use.
I would believe that. I would. There's always the off chance that you run into something that you need, and also palaces do tend to be pretty good places to grind if that's your aim.
He did a whole lot of dying. I mean, he matched it.
Yeah.
I mean, grant you the Stalfos is already dead, so it's already used to dying. But
It's an undeath.
yeah, he was resurrected only to die again, and unfortunately, it did cost him a lot of time. He was getting frustrated at one point, and I'm sure once you saw P2 and how literally easy it was, you must have been like, wow, this seed is a jet seed, until you got to GP and saw a couple of fairy rooms, and we're getting a little nervous there.
I think there was one fairy room, and I think I saw both sides of it. So it was.
That's what I thought too, but some people weren't sure.
Yeah, you never know. But I think the way it was laid out, I saw every room.
And it looks like Dr. J did have a death to the Thunderbird, and also your battle with Helmet Head went. You gave us heart trouble there with that near death.
It was a little tight. It was a little tight. I was low sword level, and
yeah, you were tight with Thunderbird too. I'm like, oh man, I'm a doctor. Grant you that, Chroma, but you can't give doctors heart trouble, especially if we have to go to work next day. But excellent play by you. I mean, on both. You went attack 3, and it was a little bit on the tanky side, that Helmet Head. I was quite surprised. I said, wow, maybe it's trying to redeem me somehow in the fact that this was a jet seed and give some competition. But alas, he went down still. But you did great, and even your Thunderbird fight was literally with one sliver of health.
Yeah, most life levels, honestly, you can only afford to take one hit from Thunderbird. So you just kind of get used to the idea that you're either going to die or you have to make it the rest of the way without getting hit. So it doesn't make too much difference if it's life level 4 or 6. It's probably still just going to be one hit. I think Shield Spell did help a little bit. Would have helped a little bit if it was castable after Thunder. But yeah.
Dr. just took a death to our Blob friend, King Blob, and that's unfortunate. And Dr. J is having a really rough time. Oh man, I was trying to empathize with a fellow person who's a doctor, because that's actually what I do for a living. I am a neuropsychologist, and yeah, so I said, maybe with you guys, with the way you were routing, you were trying to make me do my job and try to pick your brains. And I said, oh man, this is off work hours. You can't do this to me, guys. And plus,
or maybe you just can't escape it, and you're just always gonna think in terms of the brain.
No, I can't. I have to live in the wonderful world of underachieving. That's the way to go. Plus, my buddies in the Link to the Past community are gonna crack up laughing, because this is the first ever jet seed I've ever been a part of, even though I didn't roll it. But anytime I'm usually doing commentary or tracking or anything of that nature, the seeds are absolutely brutal. We're talking, needing to hover Turtle Rock, the pathway to Trihex, in order to get the pathway to getting your Cane of Samaria. type of seeds. So, for me to be a part of the seed that you get the glove, the boots, everything right up front, I was gobsmacked. I said, wow, this is great. And then it's only a 1 gem seed at that. I said, Chroma must be really happy after the last seed you had.
Actually, yes. Yeah, we'll keep you.
Yes, you deserve that. You deserve that with that painful seed you had before. And plus, remember I told you last night I was totally rooting for you. Now, we must admit something on Dr. J's side. He is in trouble, people. He is down to his last life, and he is having a rough time. So he is low.
Oh, good. He's okay. He's got it. He had that life cast. Can cast shield if he needs to, and Darklink is just around the corner. Yeah, that's a nice refill from life.
Yeah. So now he's entering against Darklink. Right. Which is good. Thank goodness he was able to get out of that last emoji room, because it was looking kind of dicey there for a minute.
Yeah, that was a scary one, particularly to have after after Thunderbird, and you're waiting to find Darklink, and then you come up against those bird knights en masse.
Oh yeah. Oh right.
Yeah, the birds were kind of rude in GP today.
For Dr. J.
Yeah, GG. So let's see if we can get him in for an interview. And switch over to the interview scene, because I have finally sorted out the Discord. Decided for some reason that my account must have gotten hacked and forced me to go reset my password and go through 2-factor authentication and all that nonsense during a race.
I was wondering what happened. I was here having a great conversation, and then next minute it was like, you are denied.
Nope. It was like right as you got to Darkling 2, Chroma, which is why I was just nowhere to be found for a couple of minutes.
I see Dr. J. He's breathing a sigh of relief. He's like, the pain is over. The pain of GP over.
Alright, and let's get him in front of you. Hey, GG's.
Hello, Dr. J. GG's on getting through that very painful GP. Those chickens and chicken knights were not very friendly at all.
Spicy chickens were extra spicy tonight.
Oh god, yeah. They suck.
Delicious.
We shall eat Popeyes and avenge you. I promise you. I have a Popeyes right down the block. I will avenge you, my friend. I will avenge you, because I am a fellow doctor myself. So don't worry, I got your back.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. On a 1-gemmer where you could have been in GP 3 minutes in or something similar. Yeah. Oh, was rough.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I just have one question for Dr. J. I'm wondering how soon you started getting into palaces. Like, how soon did you get into GP?
So I got to GP at probably like 25 minutes, half an hour, I think.
Okay. So we probably took about the same amount of time in GP then.
And I'm going to ask
like it.
That chat wants to know, Dr. J, why Palace 4?
Oh, yes, that's the thing that confused us the most. Why in the world did you go P4?
I saw it there and was just like, well, let's try something, and hopefully I get a quick item, and then I didn't.
You started with everything.
Well, see, that made my brain pick absolutely wrong. I was going with you were grinding in Palace 4. I said, well, he's going in there, he's grinding, and that was the reason. There were tough enemies, there goes that idea right out the window. I have failed you, chat. Sorry about that.
I mean, the grind was appreciated for the later on, because I don't think I would have stood a chance if I went into GP it with less than like 4.66. But
Yeah, those enemies kind of sucked.
yeah, and I mean it did kind of help too, starting with down thrust and up thrust too.
You started with almost everything, really, which is one of the reasons why I wondered why you guys just dug out the odd ones.
Yeah.
We thought that maybe you automatically knew that this was a jet seed by the items that you received, the bars of light you received, and you said, you know what, we're gonna give chat a show. We're gonna give all our viewers a show. So let's make it a hard mode. We're gonna turn a jet seed, a bluebird of happiness seed, into as hard a seed as we possibly can. That's
yep, and the game did not fail with that part of it too.
Oh yeah, the enemies were not going down. They were giving you a rough time, and there were some deaths in there, some very, very painful deaths. And I saw in both of your expressions throughout the scene, some of those deaths were not appreciated at all, especially the time some of them. And you guys played wonderfully. You gave us a great show. You had chat questioning your sanity, which is always great. You had us mind boggled, and for you to mind boggle a psychologist is absolutely amazing. So that's wonderful. All my buddies are going to probably rub it in my face. They're going to say you are a failure of a psychotherapist, and I appreciate that, because anytime you can keep me with my underachiever status, you guys are okay in my book. Woo-hoo!
So, Krista, you have the psychology doctorate. I have a music doctorate. Dr. J?
I just have a bachelor's. It's false advertising.
False advertising. Oh, it's so in reference to Julius Irving being Dr. J and acknowledging his qualifications for having that, or name is J, clever play on words.
Little column A, little column B. Yeah,
it's a good name. It's a good name.
Yep. I graduated with a doctorate in, I actually have a couple. I have a doctorate in statistics and a doctorate in neuropsychology. And I do, in my fun time, I do neuropsychiatric research. And it's a hoot. So right now in the downtime, I teach, on psych, and I use video games to teach them. So I'm trying to get them into the wonderful world of retro gaming. And so I teach using video games.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I'm a Zelda-holic myself. I do things with Link to the Past, and I was talking to Star about that because I'm notorious for really bad Link to the Past seeds. Like Star is known for really rough Zelda 2 seeds and Ocarina of Time seeds. I'm really rough on Link to the Past seeds. So I said, now my street cred is gone. I'm a bluebird of happiness with Zelda 2 seeds. So that's always a good thing. I guess if you're ever in need of a championship game, I guess you need to have me do some type of either tracking or co-commentary, and then poof, you'll get a bluebird of happiness seed.
This one was fairly okay. A bit of rough combat, but then really that's just kind of what you expect out of one gem jet seed. I had to laugh when you guys did finally go to P2 and find out that Helmet Head was like the third room.
Yeah.
It's like you guys could have been in
P2
GP,
is always going to be there, like
4 minutes ago.
it was nice that it was right there, but yeah, there were a few things I was counting on beyond items too. It was occurring to me that like Fairy Spell would have been a nice thing to pick up, and just didn't see a ton of easily accessible towns in the east. I guess whatever exploration route I had, just lots of islands. Your favorite?
Yes, my favorite was confusing. Thankfully, it was a jet seed, but yeah, that's just that eastern continent didn't look particularly great for a layout.
Yeah, I
That's
was just not about to do much of the Eastern Continent either.
And what made this was just an awesomely quick seed, and I think both of you were right in grinding before. We say, why didn't you go into GP early? But if you look at things logically, both of you played very, very conservatively, considering that it was a jet seed. And if you went in with anything less than attack 4, you would be dead, honestly. I mean, that's
it's a bad day with combat.
And also knowing what the enemies do in GP too, I wanted to make sure my life and magic levels were pretty good too.
Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, that makes sense. Just I was curious as to why. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those hard seats where you do want levels, but you also don't know when your opponent decides it's time to go rush dungeons. And hopefully you don't grind for too long, and then you end up falling behind courtesy of that. Oh no, it's one of the hard things about a jet seat is how long do you spend on these things?
Yeah, exactly.
And honestly, I think I can say this from the bottom of my heart. I think both runners realized very early that this was a tough enemy set, base enemy set, not in boss set, but base enemy set. Because when they were grinding, you could see by some of the painful deaths, as well as with some of the just how many hits it was taking to get an enemy down. So I think if I went into GP very early, that it would have been very time exhaustive to go in there with a low attack. And that would have ultimately costed them in the long run. So spending the time out, I think they balanced it rather well.
I think so too. It's always a hard call.
There's not a ton of actual enemy killing you end up doing in GP. There are a few of those spicy chickens that were convenient to kill to get them out of the way, but in general, you're looking at mostly, can I survive a really long Thunderbird fight if I'm on a super low attack level? Other than that, the attack doesn't matter too much. You're really just trying to push your way through the enemies, get around them, and find your way to Dark Link, who is going to be the same number of hits no matter your attack level. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Definitely helped that you had jump spell. This seed would have been a bit harder. That GP would have been, I think, a bit harder without jump.
Oh yeah,
for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Always nice to have jump and up stab in GP just in case. Fairy occasionally. It seems like Fairy isn't required all that often in GP, but when it is, I wonder if that route would have saved some time. Dr. J, did you end up with Fairy?
Nope.
Yeah.
No,
I figured like it was either New Kasuto or Firetown. What the hell is that one called?
One of the Eastern Continent towns.
Naburu.
Naburu, yeah. The only spells I got were Thunder and Life.
Yeah, you guys started with three.
I think that was the same.
Pretty much.
Great minds or something.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't really run across anything else to pick up.
Yeah.
Spells.
And to go item hunting in a seed like this would have been just a waste of time. It's basically you get what you need to get into GP, you destroy P2, and that was pretty much it. That was the play to make. And if someone decided, and if Chroma did encounter Guma and did the Disco Man play of defeating Guma, then it would have been destroy P5 in his case, which, like I said,
not today.
Which like I said, I would have been like, woohoo, Disco Man. And given you a badge of honor that I would have gone to your channel and just given you a whole bunch of bits for that, because that would have been a really, really brave play I don't think I would tackle him with anything less than attack 5 myself. But
Yeah.
you know, for you to do attack 3, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, that would have been
That
fun.
would have been enough time.
I wouldn't have made it. I would have died. It was hard enough to get through Helmet Head, who really is not particularly squishy unless you've got a decent attack level. Like most of the categories of vanilla where you're going up against Helmet Head, you already got pretty high attack levels at that point. So he seems to be a really easy boss, but a little more
Can be pretty
challenging
tough.
on those lower levels for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, and also some of the other practice ones I've done when I fought Helmet Head, I've had much higher life levels too. So I didn't care if he hit me; I was just going to downstab him to death.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
that's the of having upstab and downstab in the beginning.
Yeah, you guys started with everything.
I know. Oh man,
That was hilarious. I was like, okay, they're starting with glove, kindle, boots, and one gem. Okay, sure. That's
Chances
a fun
are we'll
time.
have something significantly more challenging next time around.
Yeah, I think this is the fastest Max Rando 4.0 seed I've seen yet.
It's definitely the fastest I've played.
I've seen just a couple faster and only by a couple minutes, but yeah, pretty happy with that one. Glad I'm not up all night doing it.
Oh, that's always a plus. That is always a plus. Because with Max Rando, you never know what you're going to get.
Nice. Alright, well, I think I'm going to take off. Thanks for everything, guys. Thanks for the race, Dr. J.
GG.
I put the command in. I think maybe I put the...
No, that's the correct one. The bot's just being stupid.
Well, everyone in chat.
I'm getting out of here,
again.
The bot's
the bot's being stupid.
Okay, guys. We have Chroma.
I give up. You guys... Yeah, but shout outs to Chroma and Dr. J, even if our ZSR bot seems to have gone completely missing.
Yes. And if the runners could please, if they are in chat, if they could just type anything in chat, that way our other lovely viewers, if they are in chat, they can easily click on your name and they can go to your channel and they can follow you, since unfortunately our bots have failed us.
Yep, I have no clue what happened to RandoBot, but, or I think it's ZSR bot in Twitch. It's gone. But you can see Chroma is there. I'm posting Dr. J's Twitch channel. And that was managed because the bot's gone. The bot is gone.
Yeah.
Nowhere to be found. I'm not sure what it's doing, but it's evidently not here.
Please give both of our wonderful runners a follow. They have given us one heck of a race, and both of them are excellent runners, and we look forward to seeing them on their respective channels. They continue to amaze us. Unfortunately, due to the bot not working, we're not going to be able to give you a schedule that you'll be able to click on. But
I can give you I can just post a link. There we go. So, on that note, I will also shout out here to my co-com Krista doing her first commentary, second volunteering overall for Z2R. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you very much for having me. It was wonderful to be a part of this, and I hope the next time that I'm on, we'll have a little bit tougher seat, so that way you can see our runners shine even more. But you did get to see them take out both Thunderbird and Dark Link with attack 4. So that goes to show you that our runners do know their stuff. And as for our schedule, do we have any races tomorrow?
Yeah, we do. Let me go pull up the schedule. So give me a second. So currently over on ZeldaSpeedRuns main, our sister channel, where we have ongoing at the moment a Let's see. We have currently a Ocarina of Time Randomizer Season 4 Standard Tournament. Losers Bracket Round 2 match between FMZ Gun and Mr. Martin. So we'll be rating them shortly. Tomorrow we have... so that's it for tonight. So tomorrow on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, we have another OTR match. Losers Bracket Round 2 between Marco and Reed Rim. And then, not currently on the public schedule yet, but is on the volunteer schedule, is a double header of Z2R. We'll have at 9 p.m. Eastern both both Level Engine and Victor Santa Fe and Jacobus and Rose City Center at the same time, 9 p.m. Eastern this Wednesday. Hopefully, we can get enough people together for a double header because that's going to be fantastic to watch.
Well, I'm here to volunteer if you do need anyone, especially, if you guys will have me. Hopefully I won't be the Bluebird of Happiness again, even though I think Victor wouldn't mind having a Bluebird of Happiness seat, but then we will miss his wonderful piano playing. So, we have to make sure that we have a lot of fun. But don't we always have fun no matter what we get in Z2 Star?
Yeah, we do. And then we have more matches throughout. Also, will be added to the schedule your day is Thursday. We have a extremely rare, not ridiculous o'clock evening Eastern time race at 3 p.m. Eastern Thursday. We have Zarnax versus Top Life at an actual afternoon time for a change, so that'll be coming up. And then on Friday, to wrap up the weekdays, we have a OTR match at 2 p.m. Eastern, Winners Bracket Round 3, between What the Hells and Phantom Tanks. And then we've got stuff coming up throughout the weekend. And more matches will be added to the schedule, so give us a follow here at Zelda Speedruns. We're here on Zelda Speedruns 2 right now. We will be reading Zelda Speedruns main. We have Zelda Speedruns _3 and Zelda Speedruns _4 if you want even more Zelda action.
Oh, Chad said to get Trails to volunteer so he can be the resident punching bag. Oh, no. Is he the equivalent of having Hendrix for Minish Cap? Is that what I'm seeing right now? Oh my goodness. This is wonderful. So we even have that in this community too.
Oh, there's always people who are infamous for bad seats.
Oh, wonderful. So then there's always someone who can offset my Bluebird of Happiness. Yahoo!
Tiki.
Trail loves me. Trails loves you. We will be
sure
to relay that. We will be sure to relay that. So, chat, it has been a wonderful experience being the Bluebird of Happiness for this wonderful event. Congratulations to Chroma. We look forward to seeing you further in the tournament. And Dr. J, it was truly a pleasure watching you do what you do best, which is amaze us all. And I guess that
that's about it for us.
It has to come to an end. But, chat, it was great commentating for you guys. And on behalf of myself here in the Disney country known as Orlando, I'm signing off.
Yep, thanks for watching, everyone. Let's go say hi to OTR and see how they're doing. Thanks for watching.
Take care.